Good morning, welcome back to the channel. So I have 2 weeks and 1 day until the Copenhagen Marathon, and today I'm doing my final little tune-up race. I'm racing a 5k today at the Podium 5k in Dulwich Park, London, with ASICS, who are the sponsors of today's video. I'm going to be wearing the new Metaspeed Sky Paris, which I think is one of the best carbon racing shoes that I've tried in recent times. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use it for my marathon, so it'll be interesting to see how it fares over the 5k distance. Super lightweight, which is the main big difference between a lot of the other competitor brands. I think it weighs about 180 grams in my size, and it looks pretty damn good as well in the nice striking red colourways. And yeah, I'm gonna head down, join the fast boys in the elite race. I'm a little bit nervous about that, to be honest with you. I think there's 45 guys in my race, and according to our PBs, the fastest has run like 14:01 and the slowest has run 14:56. So my PB is 14:42, which I ran about 8 months ago. I reckon I'm probably in around 15-minute shape, so I'll probably be towards the back end of this race, but just going to give it a good go. With 2 weeks to go into my marathon, it's sort of like a free hit out over 5k. So yeah, going to soak up some of the atmosphere, get ready for London Marathon tomorrow, and rep some pretty sweet ASICS new carbon racing shoes. So yeah, head down to Dulwich Park now and get stuck in. So the first race of the evening has just got underway at 4:30. My race is in about an hour's time now. So I've just been in and put my number on in the local coffee shop where it's a little bit less windy. But yeah, feeling good. About to start my warm-up shortly. I've got Liam down here this evening as well to help me get a few shots. So he'll be filming from the bike, which will be cool. But yeah, really cool event that ASICS have put on. They've got some live music, we've got some try-ons. So I've got a pair of the Nova Blast 4 on my feet, which I'll use for the warm-up. But I'm just going to go for a quick toilet, as you do before a race. I'm sure you can relate. And then I'll start my warm-up with about an hour to go till the race. Thank you very much. So here's the start of the second race of the evening. This is the B race. I've got a few friends in this one. Hopefully Bob, my friend there in the purple, if you can see him, he's trying to break 15 minutes. He's only stood next to Laura Muir, so I'm sure I'll have a good pacer. 30 seconds to go. Oh, I can feel the nerves. Come on, Bob. Woo! Let's go! Good job, guys. Come on, Bob! So I'm just doing a warm-up and one of the other races that's taking place. That'll be me in about 15 minutes. So yeah, doing a few kilometres to warm up, a few strides, swap into my race shoes, and then we'll be ready to go. So good to see how everyone else getting it done. So going into this race, I was keen to just get one last hard effort in before Copenhagen, which is in 2 weeks' time. And it's not every day you get to enter races where there is this level of competition. So the Podium series I've done once before, and so I knew what sort of competition I was getting myself into. So the gun went, and I just wanted to settle in to a nice pack. I knew I was in sort of 15-minute shape, so just going to let the pace sort of look after itself and get carried along with one of the main groups. There we go, lad there loving the camera. Went through the first kilometre in around 3 minutes. So around about that 15-minute pace, which is where I thought my fitness was based off my training. Going into this race, I've done a few days easy, but I also had quite a big session in the week, 34 kilometres of volume on the Wednesday, so I could tell my legs weren't super fresh, but at the same time I have started to come down from the big mileage now, so I am starting to freshen up just a little bit. So just settled in again to a nice pack, working through the first few kilometres together. There we go, 2:51 for the second K, which is a little bit fast, but the course was slightly downhill for that second kilometre. There was a little bit of a bump on this 3-lapped course, but other than that, it was fairly flat. So this is at the top of the hill on the second lap. So 3k there, 2:58. A few of the guys that had started in that initial group had started to fall off the pack. I was one of those guys. Maybe that second kilometre was a little bit too hot, and we went through the 4th k in 3:02. So slightly slowed down a little bit, but still trying to maintain that strong effort all the way to the finish line. So with about 800 metres to go here, last push. I was conscious I didn't want to completely bury myself with Copenhagen in the next few weeks, but I still was pretty happy to finish in 15:02. I'd like to have been just under the 15-minute barrier, but for now I will take 15:02. It's about where I'm at. Just missed the 15-minute barrier. 15:02, unofficial, but yeah, great race. Enjoyed that. Need to catch my breath. Whew. 3 seconds shy of sub 15 again, but that's the fastest 5k since injury, so I'll take that. And yeah, shoes felt great. So I just finished the podium 5k down here in Dulwich Park. Overall, the race went really well for me. I'll talk through the splits in just a minute, but I wanted to talk through today's sponsor of the video. ASICS have just released the new Metaspeed Sky Paris, and it was the shoe that I was wearing today. I wanted to talk you through a few of the changes before I go into how the race went. So the main big change between this version and the previous version is it's a lot lighter. It weighs 180 grams, roughly in my size, which is 22 grams lighter than the previous version. So that in itself is a huge improvement from the last one. We've also got a new foam, so the FF Turbo Plus, which just is a lot softer than the previous version. So I found it's more suitable now for the longer distance stuff, whereas the previous version was slightly firmer. So I found it more of a 5k, 10k racing shoe. We've also got a new upper on here, which just wraps around the foot really nicely. For one of the best super shoes on the market. So if you'd like to try something new for race day, then I'd highly recommend picking up the ASICS Metaspeed Sky Paris. It's available now on the ASICS website, and I'll leave a link in the description. So on to the race. I ran 15:02 unofficially, so just missed out on that sub 15, but my watch was actually saying that I was in roughly 15:20 shape, so I was hoping to go anything faster than what my watch prediction was. And if I jump on here on the Chorus app, as you can see here, 15:02. Average pace was 2:58, but it's probably a little bit slower than that. The course came up ever so slightly long, often does on looped courses, so today was a 3-lap course. My average heart rate was 172 beats per minute, which is pretty good for a 5k. Maybe there's a little bit more in the tank, but with 2 weeks to go till Copenhagen, I didn't want to absolutely empty myself. If I go down here to my splits, let's have a look. First kilometre was 2:58, then 2:51, 2:58, 3:01, and then I just was starting to slow down a little bit towards the end, so a 3:03 for the last kilometre. So yeah, to finish in 15:02, I'm pretty happy with that. The women's race has just started, the elite women, so we're going to go soak up some of the atmosphere. But that is it from today's video. Thank you very much to ASICS for inviting me along, sponsoring today's video. And yeah, like I said, the ASICS Metaspeed Sky Paris is now available. So yeah, until next time, aspire to run, run to inspire, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.